so we're going to go ahead and do a review of the jagdpanzer 4 Tier 6. Just for those who they are interested, the WN8 for that match was 5,177. So, yeah, it doesn't look like it's really required to get a whole lot of damage in this to get a really nice high win 8. I like these side panels. Look like somebody nailed on plywood on the side of the on the side of it. I didn't get shot at all, so I didn't find whether or not that was used as spaced armor, but by the looks of it, I would think so, because obviously it's a sheet of tinfoil over the tracks, so if somebody shoots you with a heat round, it should explode on the outside of that and not do any damage to you. But if they shoot above it, yeah, it'll probably go through you like easy El Cheesy. Looks like they're doing skirmishes. But anyways, so let's go ahead and do a review of this. You've got 3 guns to choose from, and the best one out of the bunch that I could see penetration-wise would be the Tier 6, but the Tier 7 gives you more bang for your buck. 220 average damage versus 135, so we stuck with that one. And what's 75? Oh, it's an 88, Pack L56. Fast firing, decent damage, so yeah, 145 standard pen, which really kind of sucks. Like I said, this tank's been in the game since forever, and they've never done any buffs on it that I know of or can remember, so it's pretty much been 145 pen since day one. It really should get a buff. A lot of your tanks that had 145 standard round penetration did get buffs up to around 150, 160, you know, that area, which makes more sense, because a lot of your newer tier 6s and 7s that you're going to see, or actually 7s and 8s that you're going to see, especially your tier 8s, hell, 194 is not going to go through a defender pretty much anywhere, let alone 145, so you're kind of forced to shoot premium rounds, and I was bottom tier in a tier 8 match in this match here. 220 average damage for your standard and your premium, 270 for your HE, which I carry 2 HE rounds, but where are we at here? Oh, excuse me. Oh. Yawn, yawn. It's got a nice fast-firing gun, 12.88 rounds a minute, so the reload is 4.66 seconds. I set mine up with a gun rammer and nods and camo net. This thing, yeah, I don't even think that KV2 was climbing up my butt, and I don't think he actually even ever... I'm sorry if it's glitching like that every once in a while. I've got a program running in the background, and it's a newer one that's compiling the video, so I'm not having issues with it now, which is nice. But every once in a while, well, it's doing that. If I'm running that while I'm making a video, it does that where it'll kind of pause for a second, so I do apologize. If it keeps doing it, I'll just make sure I don't have it compiling videos while I'm making videos. It's just nice to be able to have one getting set up while I'm making one, to get one uploaded while I'm finishing one up. So anyways, so reload is 4.66 seconds. Phenomenal reload. Gun traverse is 27.12, and the turret traverse is 36.51. So it spins pretty good. Like I always say, 40 is a magic number, and it's close to that. You get over 40 or over, it's got a pretty good traverse speed. Gun depression, you're not going to be able to work ridge lines too very well. It's only -6, and elevation is +15. Gun traverse limits to the left and to the right is 12, so that's all right. It's kind of the norm for all the newer tank destroyers. Even some of the older ones, they buffed them up to give them at least 12, so you don't have to keep moving the tank every few seconds like that, so that your camo net and your nods go unused, then you gotta wait for them to click back on. Aim time is phenomenal at 1.63 seconds, so that's why I didn't use vents, because that is just an awesome aim time. Dispersion is 0.34, and that's where I kind of wish I would have used vents, because it helps that out, but 0.34 is still pretty good. My average damage per minute is 2,833. Hit points is only 600, but it is a tier 6, and it is a TD. Hull armor is 80 in the front, 40 in the side, and 22 in the rear. So top tier, you might get some occasional bounces. Bottom tier, yeah, basically 2 shots and you're dead. And most everything's going to go through you pretty easy. 80 millimeters of armor, and it's not really, well, it's sloped a little bit more than I thought it was. Um, I just wouldn't count on getting a bounce off a tier 7 or 8. Like I said, maybe in a tier 6, and it did it again. One more time, and I'll redo the video. Anyways, it's a 25.11 ton tank destroyer, so it's not really that heavy, so don't go smashing into stuff. Engine power is 440 horsepower. Specific power to weight is 17.53, which is alright. Top speed is 40 in forward, 12 in reverse. 45.82 is the concealment setting still, which is awesome, and you still have 20.08 on the move. 441 view range, but that's because of the nods, and a 415 signal range. Boy, that's seems kind of low. That's the top radio. Well, just maybe because it's low tier. Well, if I didn't have just finished the video off, I would have redone it because I just did it a third time. But anyways, yeah, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some gameplay for you, so I will be right back. Alrighty, so here we are in Westfield in the jagdpanzer IV tank destroyer. Fast firing gun, standard round, kind of sucks. It was nice because there was no arty in this match. I thought we were bottom tier. I didn't even really pay attention to the matchmaking, and especially I even said BDR G1B, and I know that's a tier 5. So we had 1, 2, 3 tier 7s, and there should be 3, 5, 7 basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 3, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 5, 7 matchmaking. So we were actually middle tier. So, yeah, I could have probably got away with shooting some standard rounds at some of the stuff. But I know a BDRG1B actually has pretty good armor. The stuff I was getting shots at, T1 heavy, 145 is not going to go through the front of that. Jackson I could have went through with standard rounds. I get a rear end shot at, let's change this so we can see what tanks they are. I get the shot in the rear of, I think it's the M4 3E2. So standard round would have went through his keister. The T29 that I get shots at, I do shoot a standard round. You can see it's just getting ready to load up a standard round next. Hit him in the side and it bounces. And I was bouncing premium rounds on his side. So I figured, you know, I'm just going to go ahead, leave it on premium. I knew I was going to eat it for credits, but yeah, premium round right in the side. I just knocked his track off. I think I knocked his track off. That's a standard round bounce down his side. Hit him with a premium. I think the next one actually catches him on fire. Yep, and we caught him on fire. And he had a fire extinguisher. Nope, I don't even know if he had a fire extinguisher. Finished him off. But I think I hit the dead T29 there when the BDR G1B was backing up. Isn't that the one that got, I think that's the one that got that new Ragnarok skin. That must be why I'm seeing so many of them. Because that new camo pattern, that Ragnarok pattern, gives it, you know, better stats or something. Actually, no it doesn't. Yeah, we hit the KV2 there, so they're staying in those houses back there, and when they do that, obviously it makes life a whole lot harder. That 3485 off to the right, I was really surprised as close as they were that they didn't spot us, and I hit that E2 in the keister and bounce with a premium round, and that one we lobbed just as he goes over the hill there, so it was kind of nice. We got some damage into him. I was afraid he was going to pop back up and you know, try an idea of whereabouts we were. Couldn't get any shots on that BDR because of, I think there's a dead tank right there. You can see a dead heavy. And then the houses, so that was blocking getting any shots on him. I'm not the type to normally sit back and camp like this, but, I mean, 600 hit points, you know, basically SG-152, KV-2, either of those two tanks hit me, I'm done in one shot. T-25 AT, 2 shots and I'm dead. You know, and then if you're going against turreted tanks, it makes it a lot harder for you because you don't have a turret. Yeah, a couple shots I was taking hoping maybe there's a building there or a wall, something that was destructible. And the BDR G1B, 2 shots from him and I'd be dead. I'm pretty sure that hits for 300. It might be 240, but I think it's 300 average damage. It's been a while since I played it. It's a really good tank. I mean, it's kind of slow, kind of goofy looking. Um, but stat-wise, other than being kind of slow, it's actually pretty darn good. I hit that dead T-29 again. But that Jackson was nice enough to drive right in front of my gun for me. So now basically it's me and my hombre in the SU-152. The rest of our team has been annihilated. It looked like when I saw that BDR, it looked like they were kind of all heading back towards their cap, and you know that presents a problem in itself because that means I gotta come out of my bush, and I like my bush. It's my friend. No, it's just when you're playing a tank that has, you know, so few hit points, when there's guns on the enemy team that can literally one-shot you, you got to be real careful with, you know, what you do. You know, you want to save your hit points to have them towards the end of the match in case your team kind of starts folding and falling apart. And right now we're still full health. So worst case scenario, other than the KV2, if it came down to it, I could take 2 shots from the T25 AT and 2 shots from the BDR G1B. Well, here comes that KV2 no rock, and I wanted that kill, but that's all good. Yeah, I hit him once, and then the SU-152 melted him. Derp versus derp, and our derp won. The thing with the KV2 is, if you're aiming, you're playing it wrong. You just basically got to point your gun in the direction of an enemy tank and pull the trigger, and almost guaranteed you will hit it. If you aim all the way in, you let that reticle shrink all the way in, it could be setting 2 feet away from your tank and you will miss. That just seems like the luck I have in that every time I play it. I've got pretty good stats in mine, decent amount of battles, but I also played a lot of my battles when you could see tier 9s in it. Actually, yeah, it was tier 9s. I saw this T25 ET and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get a shot, and I miss. I should have come to a stop and I probably would have hit him. But yeah, when I played my KV2, most of my matches were when you could see up to tier 9s and you had the same everything that it does now. It didn't get nerfed. They haven't buffed it in forever. I don't think they've ever buffed it now that I think about it. But they also haven't nerfed it. But you used to be able to see up to tier 9s, and oh yeah, I remember specifically being in matches with IS4s and just derping them in the face and stuff, and you'd get some nasty grams from them because that's when you could talk. You know, you had cross team chat, and you'd get some nasty grams from enemy teammates like IS4s and certain tanks that you shot right in the turret and stuff. To be like, you just knocked out half my crew, you asshole. And but the trick was with the KV2 is it has no armor. 2 shots and you were dead. Sometimes, depending on what hit you, 1 shot and you were dead. You had to play it real safe, but if it was a close proximity match, a lot of times you could hop in because it was so close, pop a round off and back up real quick, and that's how you got your damage in. So, but yeah, the things have changed drastically with the World of Tanks, with the way it does the matchmaking now. So, anyways, yeah, so that was the match there. If you would like to hold on for a minute, I will have some post-game stats for you. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so that is a jagdpanzer IV. That is the first time I have played this tank destroyer in eons. Literally. You can see when I played it before previously, not very good in it. Average damage was 482. Only have 86 battles in it. 58% win rate, so, I guess kind of just got lucky in a way. But big difference from how I played it back in the day to how I play it now. You learn a little bit now over here and there, and you're able to put that stuff to good use. So it's actually a really good tank destroyer, as in it's got wicked camo for one of the older, or I don't want to say oldest, but it's one of the older tank destroyers in the game. Never really had much done to it. It really does need a standard round buff. For tier 6, 100, was it 145? Let me look. I got to cheat. Got to cheat here. Yeah, 145 standard round. Just not that good. Especially when you're low tier like that. I was bottom tier, tier 8 match. I had trouble going through the side of a T29 with premium rounds. I hit him with a premium. Second round was a standard and bounced a few premiums, and so I left it on premium because I wasn't going to play a bounce-a-thon. Because 145 pen, I would have probably bounced on a lot of stuff that I was shooting at. BDR G1B, great armor for that tier. Wicked gun. Average damage is like 300. So, yeah, I just didn't want to bounce all day long. So I ended up getting a Master Badge Class 1, a Fire for Effect, and a Bruiser. The T-29, we hit him 3 times for a total of 981 damage, and we knocked out his fuel tank, radio, track, and destroyed his fuel tank, which caught him on fire. The KV-12 Ragnarok, we hit him 2 times for 423, and knocked out his driver, spotted him, and he got wrecked by the, it was nice because I had right next to me an SU-152 with the dirt. So, I was getting the spotting assist on that a little bit here and there, but yeah, it was nice to have that big thumping gun there, so if I shot and did a little measly 200 damage, he'd shoot and make him disappear, like he did the T-25 at the end there. So, the M4A3E2, we hit him once right in the keister for 229 and knocked out his track. Spotted him originally, spotted the T-3485M originally, and we hit the Jackson for 180, finished him off, and knocked out his loader, literally. We did 1,813 damage, got 2 kills with a base experience of 797. We had 18 shots, 10 hit, 7 pen. They were in the building, so a lot of shots that I was taking, buildings in the way, so, and a couple of them I just had crappy aims. 1,813 damage total, 1,583 of it from a distance of more than 300 meters. We spotted 2, damaged 4, destroyed 2, and we got 320 assisted damage. After all was said and done, we lost 9,923 credits because I shot 1 standard and the rest, so 17 premium and 1 standard round. And why I ended up losing credits is because I only hit 10 and pen 7. If you can make credits shooting premium, but you got to hit the targets and actually penetrate it. Brings your experience up, which in turn brings your credits up. So when you have a lot of shots and a lot of misses or bounces, that's when you start losing credits using premium rounds. I've never done a review on this, so we'll go ahead and do that real quick, and then we will do the Sayonara C8 to be it. No, I'm just kidding. Because I'm trying to do this in a certain order now to where we do the replay and then the post-game stats. But I kind of like doing the review in the beginning, but actually I will do that. So if you guys want to hold on for a minute, no, actually this will be the end of it then. So yeah, you guys take it easy, be safe. Remember to click on the little link down below in the description of the channel so you can get entered for the prize. And like I said, we still haven't figured out what it's going to be. You guys are going to help me decide what the winner is going to get. So, guys, take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.